This is going to be a movie theory about Waven's semblance, what it might possibly be. Well, we know from Volume 4, Episode 4, we've seen a little more about Waven in that particular episode, which was awesome because, I don't know about you guys, but I was waiting so long to watch that, to see that. But, I'm thinking that, because of that episode, I'm thinking that maybe her semblance is seeing the future. But I know the guys are probably like, she's crazy, that is just insane, but hear me out, okay? We know how Ruby loves, and I mean loves, to base certain people off of characters. Of like poems or fairy tales. I mean, Ruby's based off of Little Red Riding Hood. And you can see that because he always wears a red hood, and she likes the color red. Yang is based off Goldilocks. Summer was based off a poem, and if I remember correctly, the Crow and I believe Crow and Raven are also based off a certain poem about where a Raven and a Crow were sent out by someone named Odin to get information from, well, Memphis Crow to T. Getting information for Ospen. We also know that from episode 8, A Month's Need Talk, that his semblance is misfortune. Crows are known to be misfortune. He even stated that when he went to talk about his semblance, he said, do you guys know that crows are a sign of bad luck? Old superstition, but how I got my name. And then he went into telling them what his semblance is, how it's bad luck, how he can't control it. But, so, that's right there. Well, I did some research, and it looks like ravens are in different cultures known for different things. In some cultures, known for good luck, and in some cultures, they're known for seeing the future. So, in episode 4, Child Family, when Raven was talking to Crow, she specifically said, and I told you Bean would fall, and he did. I told you also would fail, and he has. Well, how would she have known that? She seemed like totally certain about it. The way she said it seemed like when she told him, it seemed like it was a certain thing that was going to happen. At least that's what it seemed like. And how was she known for certain? Even if she got the information from somehow, she wouldn't have known for certain that was going to happen. But she seemed 100% sure that at least that's the feeling that I got when she reminded him about that. It seemed like she was kind of throwing in his face like, I told you it was going to happen, and you just didn't take it seriously, whatever. And I could honestly see Raven doing that. But, and right, before Raven left, Crow made sure to talk about this being maiden and bring it up. Some people say that maybe it's because he thinks that she's with them in the tribe. But I think if that was the case, then he would try to go searching for a tribe. Now I get that he doesn't need to watch over Ruby, seeing as we know, he would say that he was involved in episode 8, that he was watching Ruby because he had figured that Salem would send someone after her because of what she did at Beacon. He specifically said that because when Ruby asked the guy, Tyrion, why was he after me? They're definitely paying their time about what they did at Beacon. Totally having survived was a rare trait. and it goes into the whole thing about how it would had upset some very powerful people, and of course the very powerful people he was talking about was Timut, Salem, and them. Well, that's pretty obvious. So of course he had to watch over his niece, but he could have tried scouting for the bandits a little bit while keeping an eye on him, or something like that. He may not have actually been able to like go after them for a very long time because he needed to be close enough to protect Ruby, but to protect Team Angel and all that. But he could have still tried to look for some sign that they'd been there, and definitely, probably more so after what happened to Sion. He stated that he knew that Waver and them had been there, and Waver confirmed it. Because he said, I saw, the people of Sion saw too. The weak die, the strong live. Those are the rules. And then but people think that maybe this remain is with Waven because, he said, right after he said, you certainly have someone strong on their side. I've seen the damage. And he said how he wasn't talking about Waven, he wasn't talking about the Grim. No, after that he said, I don't know what this remain is either, but if you do, you need to tell me. One thing because of an earlier statement about saying how Beacon would fall, how she told him that Beacon would fall, and we know that it did, and that Osprey would fail, and everything, that maybe it wasn't just that she got the information and the information was spot on, but maybe that was more than that. Not just that she went to look for the information, but that she saw it because of a semblance being foreseeing things that will happen later on in the future. And honestly, even in Volume 4, it seems like we don't nearly know that much about the semblance. Thanks to Word of Raymond episodes and how far we've gotten in the series, we know more about and semblances than we did in Volume 1, in Volume 2, and even Volume 3. But there's still things about it we don't know. Why are certain people's hereditary, like the sneeze, all hereditary? They're all the same semblance. Why do some have it but not all? And stuff. There's still some things that we don't get. And before episode 8, we all thought that you could just turn the semblance on and off because everybody seemed to be able to do that. Everybody in Team Ruby seemed to be able to do that. Everybody in Team Juniper seemed to do that. Except Zong, because he doesn't know what his semblance is yet. Team Kavi was able to. Everyone seemed to be able to turn the semblance off and on when they wanted to. But Cole specifically stated that he could not turn it off. Because that words were, it's, I had it, but then just like went out of my mind. His words were, it's always there. My semblance isn't like most. It's not exactly something I do. It's always there whether I like it or not. And they said about misfortune. Basically, I haven't actually really heard his theme song, but I have read the lyrics to it. But Bad Luck Charm. The lyrics specifically mention how he brings bad luck. And it was kinda interesting, and it was kinda like kinda seemed like it was telling, like doing the theme song kinda seemed like he was telling Ruby to get away, because the whole time I'll be in the pain, I can't explain why, but I don't mean to, but I will, just why I can't explain. Well, so I haven't actually heard the song because of it being bad music, but I have read the lyrics because I had it muted. But so but his lyrics specifically state, I'll be in the pain, just why I can't explain," and it just basically that's the whole thing, and how he's a black cat and how it brings bad luck and all that kind of stuff. Well, crows, in a lot of cultures, crows are considered bad luck. And in a lot of cultures, ravens are considered to be able to see the future. But on that note, they are also, in a lot of cultures, considered to be good luck. So, I personally think it's more the raven can see into the future. But who knows, maybe it is good luck. I mean, that would be kinda... But hereditary things are kinda unusual according to Winter. Specifically saying season 3 that our ethnies are unique, that our assemblies are hereditary. So, but like I said, there's still a lot about semblances and that we don't completely understand yet. Even in Volume 4, there's still some questions, at least with me anyways. So, who knows? I mean, that's what the fun part of main theories is see, hear people discuss them and see if I'm right or not. So, what do you guys think? I'd really like to hear some feedback.